What's up, Camden County, and welcome back to the Camden County Wildcats Coaches Show. We are so excited to be right here coming to you live from Ops in Kingsland. I'm joined with head coach Tucker Pruitt and strength coach Matt Mays, and we are here to talk about all things Camden County football. So thank you guys for joining me today for this. So I guess let's kind of jump right on into the spring game. Kind of tell us about it. We played Columbia County, so y'all drove to Lake City last Friday night. What were your initial takeaways?
Well, most spring scrimmages are, not the prettiest football. I think there was some good, there was some bad, and there was a lot of ugly. The best thing we got out of it was some valuable experience.
Yep.
We got a lot of guys that have not played many reps on Friday nights, and they got out there and they made a lot of mistakes, but they got some experience, and we got some evaluations on some kids. And when I talked to them the other day, what I told them was I know nobody's really happy with how we played. Obviously, had the weekend to kind of, get the sulking out of us and all that. But I told them the expert was once a beginner. And, we got a lot of beginners right now. We're in our beginning phases. And so it is what it is. We are what the film says we are. We got a long way to go, but we got some time too, and we're going to get everybody together in the summer and hopefully chip away at it. But, there were some good things, some bad things, and obviously a lot of things that we can take away and work on.
Yeah. Now, were you playing with your full roster? Was that available, or there's some kids that maybe didn't play?
Well, there's actually a lot of kids that didn't play. First off, we had Sean Green, which is a huge weapon at wide receiver that was doing track pretty much the entire spring. So he got a couple days early, to get some mental reps and stuff, but he was gone most of the spring. And then, our quarterback didn't play. He just got in, hadn't been there but a week or two. We didn't play him. And then the injury bug hit us decently. We had our starting center, Tyler Rowe, was out with a broken
that was huge.
Wrist. And then we had Dorian Stevens was back. Keandre Walker was out with a neck injury. So we had some guys that weren't there, but, the guys that were there got some reps, and we're hoping we can get these guys back. And obviously we'll take everybody we can get at this point, and really just looking forward to the summer and getting everybody here together and really coming together as a team and working on fundamentals and taking the next step as a team.
Absolutely. Now, were there any bright spots personnel-wise?
Yeah, I thought, the bright spot was obviously the defense. They played 2.5 quarters of shutout football, created 2 turnovers. Demi Coleman and Quan Mercer had an interception, so that's big to not only pitch a shutout, but to also create 2 turnovers.
Absolutely.
And so I think we're on to something there. I thought Will Smith played good. I thought Daquan Edwards played good. I thought Dion played good on the edge, and then obviously the 2 guys with the turnovers. And so I thought the defense was a bright spot. Their quarterback had left to come here, so their offense, was obviously set back by that. So we're going to play a lot better offenses in the future, but for what they played against, I thought they did extremely well.
Now, I know, the kicking game wasn't live, so you didn't really get to see a whole lot of that. But Matt, were there anything that stood out to you?
Well, kind of like piggybacking off what Coach Pruitt said, is a lot of guys who didn't have Friday night experience, they got a taste of that. The injuries on the offensive line, 2 guys that were both returning starters being out, it was a detriment, but it was really a blessing in disguise when you think about this time of year, getting those quality reps against a quality opponent. I mean, those 2 interior defensive linemen are college football players. So, those 3 young guys in the middle there, they got a taste of similar competition they're going to see in Region 1-7A. And, again, from a defensive standpoint, with the late hire of Coach Rodemaker, which is a key hire, being able to get those live reps, be stressed by another offense, another group of athletes that are giving us a totally different set of things that we haven't seen at practice, was another good thing. And it's all on tape, and we've been spending the week teaching off of that and making our own evaluations to what we need to do moving forward in the summer. Awesome.
Well, it sounds like y'all have identified some positions to work on and some good things that you can build upon. Well, let's talk about the summer a little bit. What do we have planned for practices? Maybe some camps, OTAs. I know that y'all be doing a lot of that during June. So what do we have planned for that?
Yeah, so June is kind of the 7-on-7 month. We put the pads up above the lockers, and we start throwing the football around and really working on that part of our game. While we had the pads on in spring, we kind of focused on the run game, and that was easy to do because, like I said, Sean Green wasn't there. And So we kind of prioritize the run game in spring, and we're going to prioritize the passing game in June. The first week will be just us. We'll go Monday through Thursday, just kind of, getting on the same page, knocking off the rust from the 2-week break that we have right now. And then the second week, I think we're going to Florida State for a 7-on-7. And then the third week, we're going to Florida for a 7-on-7. And then the fourth week, we've got a padded camp at Ware County. And so each week, other than the first week, is just us. The next 3 weeks, there's a mixture of us practicing here at the house together, working on our execution, and then the other half is some competition against some other schools.
Okay.
And so obviously the kids enjoy the competition
Of
more,
course.
but we've got to have some work days to correct
Absolutely.
mistakes and be ready for the competition as well. So it's a good mixture of, working together as a team and then competing.
Another valuable piece will be our entire staff will be together for the first time in June.
Yes.
So not only we have the build up from the first week of June to the end, anyone to padded camp, but we're excited about welcoming a ton of new quality coaches on staff that will bring energy and just coaching experience that cannot be matched in the state of Georgia.
And I think it is important to know that y'all haven't all been together for very long, and so actually having everybody in the summer is going to be very valuable. Just getting people moved over and all the things. I don't think people understand the process can be a little complicated sometimes.
Oh yeah.
So.
And again, the having another set of eyes on a position group, bringing that accountability aspect that Coach Pruitt's talked about since day one is paramount to our success.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people just doing jobs they're not going to have to do. I mean, everybody's, we got some new coaches that would be here some days, but not other days. And so it's like, hey, do we have a running backs coach today? Okay, I'm the running backs coach today. All right, who's here, who's not. So like you said, when we get everybody here, not only are we going to be able to have more eyes on the kids, but we're going to be able to install and teach and some of the details that we're probably missing right now, we're definitely going to catch them moving forward.
Well, I can tell you just from being out at practice, y'all are definitely teaching. Everybody is definitely hands-on teaching and coaching, and it's been really cool to see. So, well, what about any team fundraisers that are taking place or anything that you have going on during the summer?
I know we're finishing up the lift-a-thon. I think we just wrapped that up and taking some money in for that. Some folks that are just a little bit late on that deadline, which seems to be a lot of them. But and then we've got the Queen of Hearts thing going on, and so I know we launched the page for the Feed the Cats program.
We did. Why don't you talk a little bit about the feeding program real quick?
Yeah, so it's been great. Whenever we get off the field, like we literally walk off the field, the kids get dressed, they walk out of the weight room, and the food's made for them. They check in with their coach, so we make sure we know that they're eating, and then they grab their tray, their fruit, their water, and they go have a seat. And we told them we don't want no headphones or anything on at that point in time. We're going to talk with our teammates and get to know each other and come together as a team and eat and share a good meal that they need after a hard day's work. And so I've been really pleased. The coaches get to eat too.
Yeah.
So you got happy players and happy coaches. And it really is, we're trying to require and demand the best out of these kids, and it really goes a long way when you can turn around and give them the best. It's a lot easier to demand their best when everybody in the community, from the quarterback club to the administration to the coaches, everybody is breaking their back to turn around and give you their best. And so it's been great from a nutrition standpoint. It's been I think our kids have really enjoyed it, and I think it's the way we show love to our kids. It's the way that we let them know they're important, and we're trying to do the best we can for them.
I agree wholeheartedly, and the point you made right there about making them take no headphones, no cell phones out, that's a component in today's day and age is very, very rare, and that's we're trying to build that camaraderie, and you can't force it, but you can create an environment in which that can foster those types of relationships. Players talking to each other, maybe didn't talk before, underclassmen talking to upperclassmen and vice versa, and creating those type of bonds. And of course, obviously from a strength and conditioning standpoint, if we can replace the calories they just burned practicing, that'll be a better workout in the morning.
Awesome. And I think it's important to know that, like, for anybody that wanted to know, Wanda Clark is actually preparing the meals for all the kids, and Ravens of Elijah donating the food to that. So we're really trying to make it happen.
It's been awesome.
So definitely check out Ways to Feed the Cats on our Facebook page for the Camden County Quarterback Club. So definitely get on that if you're interested in donating to feed the cats. I kind of want to wrap this up by talking a little bit about some college recruiting. Are there any of our Wildcats that are being recruited right now? Maybe any offers that have been made, any of that stuff?
Yeah, so there's, periods where the college guys can go on the road, and then there's periods where it's dead, and then they can go on the road again. So they all kind of made their rounds a few months ago, and then we had a dead period. They came around to kind of look at our prospects, and then they take a few weeks to evaluate the film and rank them and see who they like. And then they did that during the dead period, and then they're back out on the road now. And so we've had a lot of activity. Just last night, Tuskegee offered Daquan Edwards and Will Smith. That's their first offer. And so really excited for those guys. And obviously Sean Green's got a ton of offers. He's in the process of setting up his official visits and deciding where he wants to go. And we've got a lot of other guys. Like I know Judah Dickerson is getting a lot of attention. We've got a multitude of guys that are it's gonna happen. And I know some of them, when they see their buddies getting something, they're kind of itching for it. And, but we got a lot of guys they're doing the right things in the weight room with Coach Mays. They're doing the right things in the meeting room. And if they'll just continue to stick to that process, they're going to perform well. And if they perform well in this region under these lights against these opponents, they're not going to get overlooked. I think. We've got those couple, and there's definitely a lot more to come.
Yeah, awesome.
And at the camps that we're going to at FSU and UF, obviously they're not going to turn a blind eye when prospects are on their campus. And I know we've done those things in the past, and other coaches from other colleges have been on those campuses as well. So everything is always under evaluation, and we're at a highlight of a school. So it's not uncommon to have those opportunities. So it's an exciting time.
Yeah, we've got a list when they come around of all our seniors. I'm missing some of Josh Dickerson, Malik Patterson,
I'm sure.
Elijah Rowe. We go through and we let them know about all of them. And it's the sheet that Coach Vendette's got. It's got their GPA. It's got their contact information. It's got their Twitter handle.
Wow.
It's got anything and everything that you could want on there for those coaches to get in touch with them. And so we get a wide variety of coaches that come through.
Yeah.
It may be Division I, and today we had Shorter College in there, which is a D2. So there's a wide variety of schools that come through, and they're definitely taking a look at our guys, and they'll be back, and they're going to evaluate film. So hopefully we're doing the right things so that we can perform when the time comes.
I love it. Now, before we get to the Queen of Hearts, was there anything that you guys wanted to kind of leave us with? Because I know we won't be back with the coaches show until July, but anything?
Yeah, just looking forward to a good summer, like Coach said, getting everybody together and building on the momentum that we feel like we've tried to create here, and it's been tough, but our kids have been receptive, and I think the best part, I've talked to a lot of my coaching friends, and they said, how was your spring game? And I told them, it wasn't the best, and they said, well, that's why we don't do spring games, because you ain't had much practice and you're not real good. And, and so I feel like, and I tell them, even though it was a little bit embarrassing that we didn't play the way we needed to, we're going to learn from this.
Absolutely.
We're going to grow from it. And it ain't, those teams that choose not to do a spring game, they're going to find out that they ain't got it all together too, but they ain't found out yet, So the sooner we can correct that stuff, the better. And I think the best part is our kids know that they underperformed. Our kids know that we're better than we played. And I hope that we're just got a bad taste in our mouth and itching to get to summer and really make every day count.
Well, and again, like you said, I think you can't recreate those reps that we got Friday night. You can't put kids under the lights, and we did an inter squad, and it was great. But to a degree, though, our players have an expectation of what our offense or our defense or our special team is going to look like, as opposed to throwing them out there with a team that we honestly totally did not prepare for them. You can give them basic rules by position, but those reps are invaluable, and we're not afraid of failure. We're not afraid to learn from failure, because we know what that's going to lead, and that's future success.
I love it. Whew, this is exciting. All right, well, thank you guys so much. Coach Pruitt, if you'll stay right here, and Coach Mays, if you will switch out with Justin. We are going to get to our Queen of Hearts fundraiser. We have our 2-week champion with us tonight, so we'll see if he can go a 3rd week. And also tonight, guys, I don't know if you've seen, but we are joined by some cheerleaders from the Camden County Football team. Yay! And Justin, I have to ask you, where'd you get that hat?
Well, I've kind of alluded to this in the past here when we've talked. we've got the boys on the field, every Friday night, but we also have a lot of support cast that's out there on the field with us every night. So, that's why we got some of our cheerleaders with us, the band. I mean, the atmosphere that those kids put on is amazing as well. So, the field performance, the sideline performance, it's awesome. So, I just happened to see this while I was scrolling Facebook over at the CCHS, was it Camden Cheer Boosters on Facebook? Yeah, so I mean, the cheerleaders are out there, selling hats, shirts. This is where I got my shirt at. $25, good price,
I love it.
Nice hat. They've got white ones, they've got blue ones, they've got sweatshirts.
I saw the sweatshirt with like the mock neck.
It's nice.
Is it crew neck, mock neck? I don't know what crew neck. It was so cute.
Yeah, they're out there, so if you find it, find them on Facebook, Instagram, get out there, support some swag that the cheerleaders are doing, because these girls do a lot of work, especially when we score a lot. I don't know if you've seen the flags that run up and down the sideline. That's a lot of work right there. So they put in the work too. So it's all it's a community thing, right? It's a team thing. It's there's a lot of things that go into this on Friday night. So it's awesome.
All right.
But yes, let's get ready to get the drawing. Yep. So you'll notice. Tonight there's a little bit different compared to last week, right? I'm all about transparency. I love transparency. So the little spinny wheel that we were using the last couple of weeks, it isn't good long term.
It isn't.
It can only hold 1,000, 1 through 1,000. Well, we're going to be selling a lot more tickets than 1,000 tickets, so that thing wouldn't work anyways. And then sometimes, if you'll notice, you can no longer buy tickets into the future. Because what was happening is some folks were buying tickets into the future, and it assigns your ticket when you buy it, right?
Yeah.
So if I bought tickets as soon as the thing went open for 3 weeks in the future, I would have ticket number 1, but I'm in the 3-4 week drawing from now. And the way that spinny wheel was working is you just had to put a range. Yeah. So you couldn't put like 1 through 10 and then, 20 through 30 and then any of that stuff. So we had to find a better way. So that's what we did last week. We found a better system we created. You'll see it here. I mean, it's Camden County focused here, Wildcats. It's branded for us. Like this thing it's 100 times better than what we got. I don't have to read a piece of paper anymore. This thing's going to tell us everything we need to know here as soon as I click draw. So, I mean, I'm ready if you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, let's check it out.
All right.
So tonight's winning ticket, 952. So that is a Miss Jodie Poole, and she guessed card number 38. So can we flip over card number 38? 6 of clubs. So Miss Jodie Poole is going to win $50.
$50.
So it's another card down, $50. All right.
What is our pot up to right now?
So the pot right now is $6,124.
So that means somebody is walking away with,
$3,062. No public math. Yeah, no public math.
Yeah.
We don't want to do any of that.
That's a good little jackpot win.
Oh yeah, and we're growing every week. So you see on the screen here, we sold 309 tickets this week.
Yeah.
We're increasing every week. It was like 100 and something the first week, 200 the second week, 300 this week. So I mean, tell your friends this pot's going to keep growing, and we're going to be selling a lot of tickets. And like I said, it all goes back to support. The folks sitting behind us, the folks that you see around town, anybody in the Camden football process, it's supporting them. So this is all great stuff. It's fun. You got a chance to win a little money.
Yes, and we're going to be doing this every Wednesday live at Ops in Kingsland. I think that's important to note. But we'll be here. So yeah, doing this drawing weekly. So every week you have a chance to win. And not to mention all the cards. Everybody's still a winner.
Absolutely, yeah. No matter what, your ticket gets pulled, you're winning money. $50 for a non-face card, $100 for a face card, including the ace, $250 for a joker, and then obviously if you find the Queen of Hearts, you're winning 50% of the jackpot. Yeah, and it would have been nice to have $3K tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, man, but somebody going to get it eventually. It's going to happen.
Awesome. So what was the winner's name again, Jodie?
Miss Jodie Poole.
All right.
She had ticket number 952, and she guessed card number 38. So that's the 6 of clubs. So 10 of clubs, 7 of hearts, and the 6 of clubs has been selected.
I love it. Well, thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back next week with the Queen of Hearts fundraiser drawing right here in Ops in Kingsland.